Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In this video, I'll tell you about a Filipino woman trying to buy a newborn for 100,000 pesos, a 62-year-old Japanese man busted for dancing in a bikini on the streets, a Brazilian couple arrested for smuggling, the Philippines National Police Chief has something to say about China, and what is special about this dog, beginning with the USD to peso exchange rate, along with some other popular currencies. Right now, one US dollar equal to 57.1. Most of the stories about Asia right now is regarding weather. Lots of flooding going on and craziness with that. So many cities in the Philippines have declared a state of calamity. I hope everybody's safe. Here's our main story. Police arrest a woman in Cebu for trying to buy a newborn for 100,000 pesos. Now, this is nothing new. Last year I covered it for the first time, and the police are working really hard to crack down mainly these Facebook page and Facebook groups that basically put up babies for sale. Of course, it's against the law and you shouldn't be doing it. I don't want to get into like why somebody would do that and obviously the ethical, moral, negative side of all that stuff. But I think it's important to know, to report it. If you see it, it's not right. It's not legal. Don't be trying to sell a newborn. I'm not really sure if there are any programs in the Philippines that offer assistance, but there must be if you look hard enough. Honestly, it's just, there was another lady last week. I didn't want to talk about it, but I guess it's kind of related now. In Thailand, she like left her baby in a backpack and just on the side of the road, and that was it. And then the police caught her and arrested her. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted the baby to have a better life." Next up, a 62-year-old Japanese expat in Thailand has been fined 5,000 baht and charged with public indecency after dancing on a rented motorcycle while wearing a bikini. Known as Mr. Yasuda, the man's provocative cosplay was reportedly for a YouTube channel which has over 2,000 followers. His viral stunt drew public criticism and a police manhunt before he surrendered and apologized, attributing the act to the hot weather and his entertainer persona. Yasuda was released after paying the fine, but serves as a reminder about respecting local laws and culture. Another YouTuber thinking that it's okay to behave in any which way in any country. What do you do? I mean, the bikini is like barely covering anything. It is funny, but I don't think it's funny to look at now and the fact that he got charged. But I would never support a channel like that. I think mainly people like this, probably younger viewers, younger audiences, or some people that just don't really understand behaving in different. I don't know who's watching that. That's just weird content, right? But it's not the first of its kind. It won't be the last. Japanese people got crazy game shows and all that, so maybe saw something and got motivated to go ahead and do this. In more misbehaving foreigners, customs and police in Koh Samui International Airport arrested a Brazilian couple carrying 6.3 kilos of cocaine worth about 20 million baht in two suitcases. The pair claimed it was their first visit to Thailand and said they were offered a free holiday in exchange for transporting the stuff for a stranger. They face serious charges for smuggling at Category 2 and remain in police custody while authorities investigate possible links to an international trafficking situation. Speaking of international trafficking syndicate, Indonesia has claimed they've just founded a new route that basically a whole bunch of shabu comes through. This might explain why there's so many of these packets found all around the Philippines waters. Indonesia is on track to record the largest seizure of illegal substances in 6 years, said the agency's chief, with confiscating of about 3.4 tons with a street value of 590 million US dollars. I've always been curious what the actual numbers are. It's got to be like through the roof, right? Like these are just the ones that catch small fish here and there, and yeah, it's insane. And sometimes I think, like many of you guys have mentioned, they might publicly announce one or two things to make everybody happy and pleased. Look, we're doing our job, but who knows how much gets through in the back door in any country, in any government, in any organization. I can't imagine how much illegal stuff is going on that you and I just simply have no clue about. In some more police work, the Philippine National Police Chief General Nicholas Torres III emphasized that in almost all criminal cases that the police investigated involved Chinese as victims, the perpetrators would turn out to be Chinese themselves, either as the brains of the criminal activity or in cahoots with local criminal elements. This comes after a couple days ago I told you guys that the Ministry of Education or whatever in China advised its students to be careful in the Philippines because of rise in crime against Chinese people. But to be fair, they never said it's Filipino people doing it. They said in the Philippines. So even though it's their own citizens, it is pretty important to mention the fact that there are like a rise in crime when it comes to Chinese victims, let's put it that way. But once again, let's be very clear. A lot of times, as the professor, not the professor, the general, the chief, what is the guy's? The chief general said it's usually the Chinese people against their own kind. Staying in the Philippines barely holds on to third spot in banana exports. The Philippines hung by a thread as it remained the world's third largest banana export amid stiffer competition posed by rising South American producers, according to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Philippines is third right now when exporting bananas. Pretty good, those small ones. I think they're called ladyfinger bananas, if I'm not mistaken. They're pretty delicious. Next up, yesterday, a lot of you guys sided with me when I said that rescue video looked fake. But you know what's not fake? Check out this rescue, which is 100% real. A boy was safely rescued after being swept away by the raging flood in Quezon City this Monday. Residents responded immediately to save the child amid strong downpour caused by incessant rainfall from the south. That is a real hero right there. So good for the community to come together, rescue that child, luckily. Staying on the topic of typhoons and bad weather, Globe Telecom said it was taking immediate steps to support communities affected by the heavy rains from the southwest monsoon through communication aid and relief assistance. They're providing free data as well as phone calls in a lot of regions that are affected by the floods. Next up, in Bangladesh, at least 20 people perished and 171 people injured, many of whom are students, after a fighter jet crashed into a school in Bangladesh. Insane, may they rest in peace. Another story from Bangladesh, very quickly, a young Bangladeshi caught stealing from a local gym was spared arrest but not punishment. Instead, he was forced to perform a grueling series of exercises that left him in exhausted pain and tears. Whoa, I guess that's one way to get fit, steal some stuff, and be forced to go to the gym. And then in our feel-good story, meet Coco, a smart 5-year-old dog who's capturing the hearts of people in Thailand, playfully taking on the role of cashier at a local eatery. Once abandoned as a pup, Coco picked up the concept of money by observing his owner. Ladawan hand out cash to her kids each morning. Now, customers give their payment to Coco, who proudly trots to the kitchen with the money and is rewarded with a meatball for his efforts. This adorable routine has turned the humble diner into a must-visit spot for those eager to see the canine cashier in action. Coco's tale is a touching example of how animals can bring joy and connect communities in most unexpected ways. If I was in Thailand, I'd definitely go check out Coco, give him my money, and just simply walk away and steal the dog with me. But yeah, pretty cool how you can train your dog to do all kinds of things. Now it's time for our segment Yesterday Today, but I want to thank someone who bought me a coffee and leaves this cryptic message by saying, "Can you go downstairs, bro?" I wonder what that means. Can you go downstairs, bro? If you guys have any ideas, leave your thoughts in the comment section. I want to know if this went over my head or if this is some strange, weird joke. Thank you for the coffee. And if you guys want to buy me a coffee, I've left a link to buy me a coffee in the description. If you want to show some extra support for the channel, thank you in advance. Philippines Dreams says, my Filipino wife will not allow a maid in our home. She claims the maid will try and steal me away from her. She calls other Filipinos snakes, LOL. Well, sir, you must be quite the looker or a very kind man. Good for you and your wife for having a lovely relationship from the sounds of it. Theme Pro 24 says, I've hired maids and I've never thought to leave stacks of cash around to tempt them. Yeah, I mean, it's just common sense. It's not about even tempting. What are you doing carrying around 200,000 and leaving it somewhere? If I ever was carrying that kind of cash, is to purchase something, make a payment of some kind, I would personally not leave it around, especially, yeah, it's kind of a strange situation. Not to excuse the thief, of course. The guy's still the victim, but there's some things that's in your control. Infiltrator says, in the Philippines, if you get into an accident, you just drive away like nothing happened. Police won't chase you. Courts don't care. Happened to me. Wonderful Filipino culture. And Fiber Blazer says, yes, the rescue woman seemed staged, as many of you guys also said that the rescue from yesterday's video seemed staged. So I'm glad it wasn't just me, you know. I'm glad I'm not losing my mind. And that's it for today's video. Leave your thoughts down below regarding any of the stories I covered today. And if you enjoyed this video, consider liking it or sharing it. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Most of the news in the Philippines and even Thailand is about the typhoons, the monsoons. I don't know what they're called, to be honest. I'm not a weather guy.